It's been a long time since I made a YouTube video. Let's get into it. So I wanted to talk to y'all about my health journey. My health journey was crazy. It's still going, but man, it was crazy. So this is how it all started. This is how it all started back in 2024, April 2024. I remember like it was yesterday. I woke up one day. I was I was like, I had a hat on and I felt dizzy. And I'm like, why I'm so dizzy? Every time, but it was only when I put a hat on. Every time I put a hat on, I got dizzy. So I'm like, all right, let me keep the hat on. Maybe I got it too tight. But then again, I always wore tight hats. I never got dizzy like that. I never felt like that before. And let me give y'all a little background too about me right quick. Then I'm gonna go back to the story. I'm a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for like 8 years. So I done a lot of extreme stuff, working out and you know what I'm saying, athletic gear and stuff like that. And I never had any of these issues before, right? So I'm like, okay, let me stop wearing hats. Cool. I stopped wearing hats. It was cool. But then one day I went with my auntie, was going to get her a new car. I rode with her. On the way there, I had like this anxiety. I wasn't driving. I was in the car with her. I had all this anxiety, and I'm like, where is this anxiety coming from? I just was like scared just to be in the car. But again, I'm not paying it no mind. I'm just riding. We get to the dealership. While I'm at the dealership, every time I stand up, it feels like I'm on a boat. I mean, like it felt like I was rocking. I'm like, I still don't know what's going on, but again, I'm not tripping. I'm like, maybe there's just some rant. Maybe my anxiety's just bad because I dealt with anxiety before. So I just said, look, it might be just be anxiety. Cool. After that day, it got worse. My nose started tightening up. My head kept getting tightened. I had all this pressure in my nose and my head. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on now. But put the icing on the cake. Around this time, I went to go buy me a car because my birthday was coming up. I went to go buy me a BMW. When I test drove it, I felt horrible. I felt horrible. My heart rate kept going up. I kept having panic attacks. I'm like, what is going on? But again, I'm still ignoring it. I'm still ignoring it. I bought the car, and of course, when you buy a car, you're gonna want to drive it around. I drove it to go get it checked up at a BMW spot. On the way there, I had to pull over. I had a panic attack. Like I just kept having panic attacks. That was the beginning of everything. I kept having panic attacks. My heart rate kept going up. I kept getting tightness in my head. I kept getting tightness around my nose. I kept having bad anxiety. So I'm like, look, I got me a car now. Because before then, I didn't have a car because I was saving up to get one. I got one. I'm like, look, I'm finna go to the doctor. I'm finna go to the doctor because I'm a person that I'm young. I'm 27 right now. When you 22, 23, 25, I thought I was Superman. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm invincible. So a doctor wasn't in my mind. Only time I was going to the doctor if I injured myself or it was something extreme. All right. So I'm like, look, it's time to go to the doctor. Let's get checked up. I finally went to a PCP. That's what they call it. My primary care doctor. I went there. I'm telling her all my symptoms. Oh, she like, oh yeah, let's put you on anxiety medicine. At this time, I'm like, cool, let's do it. I'm trying to feel better. She give me the anxiety medicine, right? I start taking the anxiety medicine. Not no lie. The first day I called my auntie. I said, auntie, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing. Everything feels good. I'm good now. I'm good. The next day was the complete opposite. I was I was having worse panic attacks. I was hallucinating. Like it felt like my brain was being controlled. It felt like I wanted to do something bad to myself. I'll say it like that. And then I'm like, okay, I remember the doctor told me take it for 7 days. If during those 7 days, if you don't like it, you can stop it. So I immediately stopped. I texted her like, "Hey, this ain't it." So once I stopped that, the panic attacks kept coming. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. So I went back to the doctor. I told her again, like, look, nothing working. I'm still having these panic attacks going on. I don't know what to do. So okay, cool, right? During this time, she like, we gonna try to find out what's going on. I'm gonna give you some vertigo medicine. So they gave me some vertigo medicine. So during this time, I was having bad migraines. I was having migraines so bad. Like they gave me these migraine medicines. I was popping migraine pills every day. Every day I was popping migraine pills, Advil, something. While I'm waiting on her to figure this out, I end up having another panic attack to where I just went to the internet. I went to the internet with my symptoms. The first thing I saw, everybody was like, go to a chiropractor, go to a chiropractor. So that's the first thing I did after I went to the internet. I went to a chiropractor. You know what the chiropractor told me? They said, we are sorry. You have too much going on and we're scared to touch you. They said they were scared to touch me. And that made me, I ain't gonna lie, I cried. I cried, man. I cried. Because I'm like, I just want help. I want help. And nobody know anything. I felt like I was a creature. Like I was this alien and I got some weird thing that only I can control. And I'm like, what is going on? So after that, the last resort that I had that I didn't do was go to the hospital. I didn't go to the emergency room yet. So I told my auntie, take me to the emergency room. Let's see if they do a CAT scan. Cool, I go to the emergency room. I'm telling them all my symptoms. Soon as I go in the emergency room, it's so many people in there, I have a panic attack. My blood pressure go up, my heart rate go up, I have heart palpitations, all this stuff. And they say, you know what? Let's take them back there. They took me back and they did the EKG on me. They like, oh yeah, you got tachycardia. Well, you know what I'm saying, in regular heartbeat. So I'm like, all right, something going on with the heart. After that, they said, yeah, we're going to get you in the back. So they got me in the back. They end up saying, okay, for the CAT scan. They did the CAT scan. I had to wait for a doctor to come. The doctor came. It took 5 hours. I was in the emergency room like 7 hours, and we only did 2 things. We came in. All right, we looked over everything. Everything looked good. I looked at my auntie. Look good. Everything looked good. Do I feel good? No. I'm like, what is he talking about? He said, the doctor said, I think it's psychological. I think I think you need to go see a therapist. That's what he told me. He said, nothing wrong with you. You need to go see a therapist. I said, all right, okay. I left. He gave me some medicine. I took it. And then after that, I said, you know what? This can't be real. This can't be real. I went and looked at my chart on my own. I read the CAT scan. The CAT scan said I had a sinus infection. It had chronic sinus, something ethmoid, something like that. And I'm looking at my white blood cells. My white blood cells are high. So I'm fighting some type of infection, right? I'm having to do all this on my own. I'm doing all my research. I'm doing my own research, going on YouTube, da 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 da. So after that, I go straight to my PCP the next day. And I told them about what happened. They gave me antibiotics. I took the antibiotics. I started feeling a little better, a little bit, but not too much. So I told the doctor, hey, I feel a little bit better, but not all the way. They said, all right, this time we're going to give you a different antibiotic and we're going to give you a steroid shot, for inflammation. When I did that, I felt amazing. But also what I was doing when they gave me that, I had a humidifier and I was putting it on my nose with the Vicks Vapor Rub. I'm putting the Vicks Vapor Rub on my neck, on my nose. I'm putting a little Vicks thing in the shower. You know what I'm saying? I'm fixing it up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get right, trying to get my senses right. I felt great, right? For a couple of weeks. I'm able to walk again. I'm working out again. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy again. But then it creeped back on me, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. What is going on? What is going on? I'm like, all right. So after it creeped back on me, it happened again. I started getting dizzy again, vertigo again, sinus pressure, anxiety, migraines, all this stuff again. So this time, my PCP was out of town. So I went to the urgent care, and I'm telling them, I'm like, look, just give me some antibiotics. Because at this time, that's all I know. I'm on my third round of antibiotics. I took the antibiotics, nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. And during this time, I'm going to tell y'all also what I felt, right? I was feeling like, I felt like I was being poisoned. I felt like sometimes I taste metal. Like I taste like this poison, I get to shaking. And I'm like, bro, what's going on, right? So after that, I'm like, all right, something got to get figured out. Something got to get figured out because I am not changing. So back. I went back to the emergency room, and they said everything still look good. We don't know what's wrong with you. I said, all right. So I started believing that maybe I was just going crazy. So I did. I went and got a psychiatrist. I went and started talking to a psychiatrist. Right? Cool. They like, no, we feel like something deeper going on. You may have some mineral imbalance or something going on with you. They say you need to really go back to your doctor again. So during this time, the psychiatrist uh had offered me to go to a urologist or something like that. I went to, um, and I went and got some blood work done, and I got the blood work done, and I had low vitamin D. I said, okay, that's the issue. I went on YouTube and I thought this dude was telling his story on YouTube about low vitamin D, right? And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm dealing with, the anxiety and the panic attack, the heart palpitations and all. That's what's wrong. That's why because when you go to the hospital, they don't check your vitamin D. My PCP didn't check my vitamin D. They check your regular blood stuff. They didn't check my vitamin C. My vitamin D. All right, cool. Now I'm feeling good. I'm like, all right, this it. So what I go do? I go get some vitamin D supplement. Yeah, that's gonna fix everything, right? So I did that. I started taking my vitamin D. I started getting in the sun. I'm laying in the sun for like 30 minutes. I started feeling better actually. I started getting some energy. I was taking vitamin D, magnesium, K2. I was taking vitamin B, all that. Man, I had so much energy. So it felt like I was on caffeine. This is where it all changed. This where reality hit. This where reality hit, right? One day, I ate breakfast. I had some fruit, egg muffin, or something like that. It was a lot of carbs, though, and fruit, and a little eggs. I ate that. I wasn't thinking much of it. I went to go clean up. Soon as I got done cleaning, my heart just started doing. I'm like, what is going on? I looked at my watch. My heart rate was at 190. But also before then, I was peeing. I was peeing so much. I peed like 4 or 5 times. And it started doing that when I started taking them supplements too. When I started taking them supplements, I started peeing more. But also when I started eating more carbs too. So again, I peed like 4 times in like an hour. I came around the corner of my room. I started sweating. I'm like, what's going on? I called 911, man. I was so scared. I said I never felt like that in my life. I started sweating. I was hot. I was shaking. I couldn't feel myself. Like it was so bad. I called 911. They came in. You know, they hooked you up and all that. They checked my blood sugar. I don't normally get my blood sugar checked. That's not my thing. That's not something I really ever paid attention to. They checked my blood sugar. They said, "You know your blood sugar at 53?" I was like, "No, I don't even. I honestly didn't even know what a blood sugar. You know, I knew what it was, but I also didn't know what it meant." I said, "I don't even know what that is." And they was like, "Your blood sugar too low. We're gonna have to take you in." So they took me in. And in the car, I remember they gave me this glucose pouch. They gave me this pouch, and I drank, and I started to, I feel a little better then. But they took me to the hospital. As soon as I got in the hospital, they like, "Yeah, we might end up keeping you." So I get in there. I had to pee. As soon as I came in, I had to pee like 2, 3 times. 2, 3 times. And I'm telling them, I'm like, "Hey, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good." So they go and take me to the back room. They take me to the back and get some blood work done. While I'm getting my blood work done, the ladies that doing my blood work, they was talking to me. They was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" I'm telling them what's happening and everything. And they was like, "You probably got hypoglycemia." And I'm like, "What is that?" They said, "When your blood sugar go low." I said, "Oh." They said, "So yeah. So you need to drink juice. You need to drink some carb. You need to eat a lot of carbs. Eat so many, eat so many carbs. Eat rice and beans and crackers. Eat a whole bunch of crackers. Crackers. Like just eat crackers, peanut butter crackers, orange juice crackers." They telling me to eat all this stuff. Donuts. This is their recommendation. I promise you. So I'm like, "All right, cool. I ain't know that. I ain't know that." And it was like, "Yeah, that's why, people that got diabetes, that's why we give them orange juice all the time to keep their blood sugar up." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know. I don't have orange juice. I didn't have orange juice." So after that, they didn't admit me. They still didn't admit me yet. I haven't got admitted yet. They checked my heart and was like, "Yeah, your heart good. We don't know why you palpitating. Everything look good." So they let me go again. They said everything look good. Soon as I went home, I went to order exactly what she said. I ordered a big thing of crackers, donuts, cupcakes, juice, apple juice, orange juice, blueberry juice, knuckle juice. I'm ordering all the juice. I'm ordering everything. I'm following directions. So after that, for a while, that's what I was doing. I'm eating a lot of crackers throughout the day. I'm still eating. At this time, I'm still eating like 5, 6 meals. I used to be way bigger than this. I'm real small right now. I used to be like 250. I used to do bodybuilding. I'm like 190 right now. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of muscle too during this process. I'm eating all this and I'm eating all the crackers and all the stuff they telling me to do. For like 2 weeks, everything was cool. It was cool, right? Nothing too crazy. I went and bought me a glucose monitor so I can check my blood sugar. Cause since now I need to check it. So I check it and make sure when I'm looking at my numbers, I'm like, all right, I'm in the 80s. See, back then I was scared to be in the 80s. Every time I was in the 80s, I started feeling bad. I'm like, why I feel so bad? But every time I was in the 90s or the 100s, I felt good. So I'm always trying to, every time I see my number say 80, I'll eat something. I'll eat something. I'm not understanding what I'm really doing to myself, right? So one day come and the day before this, I had the best day ever. Everything felt good. The next day, I'm cleaning up. I just ate it. I'm cleaning up, cleaning up. Then a pressure just came over me. I'm like, what is going on? Why I feel like this? My heart started palpitating. I started getting hungry. I got dizzy. I looked at my glucose monitor. It said 60 something. I said, oh man. I called 911 again. They came. They got me. They took me in. And when they took me in this time, my blood sugar kept going up and down, up and down. It kept going up to 90. 15 minutes later, it dropped to 70. In 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's going. It's jumping like 20 numbers. They like, we don't know why your blood sugar keep doing this. We gonna keep you this time. So when they kept me for 3 days. They checked my pancreas, they checked all this stuff, and then at the end they said everything look good. We don't know why it's doing that, but you do got hypoglycemia. So now I know what I got hypoglycemia, and now I got low vitamin D. So these are the first two things that I was diagnosed with, right? So after that, an endocrinologist, they had put me on a diet, low glycemic foods, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do it. So I'm still eating carbs. I'm still eating vegetables. I'm still eating fruit. I'm still eating snacks. So nothing was working after the endocrinologist. And then they gave me a CGM to put in my arm. I still wear it. Nothing still wouldn't work. I still kept crashing. Now that I got the CGM in my arm, I'm watching it on my phone go all the way up and go all the way down. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. How to fix this? I told myself, man, I don't even want to do this no more. I don't want to be here no more. I felt so bad, I couldn't deal with it. It was so bad, I could not deal with it. Until one day, something told me to go on Twitter. I went on Twitter. I typed in hypoglycemia. I found this lady giving information about it. I reached out to her. I said, can you be my mentor? I need your help. She started giving me advice. She said, you need to lower your carbs. And when you eat, you need to eat protein first, then your fats, then your vegetables, and then your fruit and carbs at the end. Because when you eat the protein and the fats first, it slows down the spike of everything else. So I started doing that, and immediately I started feeling a difference. I immediately started feeling a change, and I started doing that for like some weeks, and it started getting better and better, better and better. Cool. So I got to the point where I wasn't eating 5, 6 times, I wasn't snacking no more. I got to a point where I didn't need the snacks. My blood sugar went acting crazy, da. All right, cool. So all this get figured out, but I still having issues with other stuff. Like I'm not having the heart palpitations as much. I'm not having the anxiety as much, but something's still going on. Something's still going on. I'm still having high blood pressure. I'm still a little dizzy. I'm still having sinus pressure. I'm still having stuff going on. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on that I don't know yet. Then I thought this lady, this nutritionist lady, she's a holistic lady. She looked at my blood work and told me, I think you fight parasites. And I'm like, I got worms? Me? Worms? I'm like, no. But she was like, no, I think you fight infection, parasite, something. So I went and took a stool test. They said it was negative, but come to find out, stool test ain't always accurate. So I got on a little, I ain't do a big protocol, but I got on a little protocol like the papaya seeds, the pumpkin seeds, ginger, garlic, stuff like that for the parasites. And I immediately saw them come out in the toilet. It was scary. Like you start seeing them. And immediately after I used the bathroom, I feel better. Immediately when you feel your stuff going on, you feel like this reaction from them dying, right? So I'm like, all right. So I did have parasites. So I started working on that, working on the parasites, started fixing that. I started feeling better. I started walking again. Because during this time, the time with the blood sugar and the times I was in the hospital, I could not walk on my own like that. I had to have help walk to the kitchen. I had to have help to walk to the bathroom. I had to have help just to cook. I wasn't cooking my own food. Somebody else had to cook for me because it was so bad, right? So I'm like, all right. At this point, now I'm able to walk. Now I'm able to function because I'm fixing my vitamin D. I'm fixing the blood sugar problem. I'm fixing the parasite. That's 3 things I was diagnosed with, right? And with the vitamin D, let me go back to that. I stopped taking supplements. I bought a vitamin D lamp, or I'll go outside and get some sun. During the winter, I use my vitamin D lamp. I only use natural. I only get stuff from food. If it ain't natural from food, I'm not taking it. I don't do no more supplements. I don't take no more medicine. I was taking all that medicine. So much medicine, so much medicine, so much medicine. Advil every day. Migraine medicine every day. Antibiotics, all this stuff every day. I stopped that. So now I'm like, all right, cool. So the journey's still going. I'm still figuring stuff out. But that's just a little rundown. And just to give you a little backstory, right? Let me go back to my doctor, the PCP I told y'all about. When I went back to her and asked her, I said, why you ain't tell me that my blood sugar was low? Because I didn't look at that. They had my blood work. And she was like, oh, I just thought I thought you wanted it to be low. I'm like, what? And every time I used to go to her, she Googling stuff. I said, you know what, man? I'm going to leave these PCPs alone. I'm going to leave these doctors alone and all this stuff. The endocrinologist did not help me. The PCP did not help me. I had went to like 5 different PCPs, no help. I went to 3 different endocrinologists, no help. Urologists, no help. Hospitals barely help. They did a little bit, right? But no help. And I'm like, I went to a neurologist, no help. Check my brain, got MRIs done, no help. They like, you good, you young, you'll be all right. Nah, it's more than that. It's more than that. It's more than that. So I'm still figuring stuff out because I got a lot of underlying health stuff going on both sides of my family. My mama's side of the family got a lot of health stuff going on, and then my dad's side got a lot of health stuff going on. And so I have to be careful. I used to be a smoker, a drinker. I used to smoke every day. I used to drink every day. I used to do a lot of drugs. So I stopped all that back in 2023. I haven't smoked since 2023. I haven't drunk since 2023. I haven't had sex since 2023. And I want to tell y'all this. This whole journey has brought me closer to God. I got baptized. After all this happened, I went to God. God did all this. God showed me and revealed all these things to me. I didn't find out this on my own. God revealed it. And I want to let y'all know when you're going through something, go to God. And when it's over, don't just stop going to him. Stay with him. Stay connected. And that's what I wanted to say. If I wasn't connected with God, I was gonna give up. God gave me the strength. He gave me the ability. He gave me the energy. He gave me the motivation to push and keep going and to fight. I could not fight on my own without God. I couldn't do it on my own without God. I had to have God through this whole thing. I got baptized and I gave up all my sins. I repented. So I try my best not to sin. I do not do any sexual sin, no lusting sin, no verbs. Like no, I stay out the way and I lock in with the Lord. And that's my thing now. And I just want to make this video to y'all to let y'all know my story and then things that I did to help myself. And so just the things that I did to help myself with the blood sugar thing, because it was actually reactive hypoglycemia. I eat like a ketovore diet. High protein, high fat, little to no carbs. The only carbs I'm getting is from avocado. That's where I get my magnesium, my potassium, my electrolytes. In the morning, I drink lemon and salt water. You gotta have a lot of salt when you don't eat carbs like that. You have to eat more salt. And I do, a lot of fat. And with the vitamin D, I do not take no pills. I do the vitamin D lamp. With the parasites, I did pumpkin seeds, papaya seeds, ginger, garlic, things of that nature. It's more stuff you can do like wormwood. You can do black walnut. You can do so many oregano oil. You do a lot of different things. You can do a full protocol. I didn't do all that. But you all like that with the hypoglycemia stuff, you gotta be careful with your sugar intake. Fruits, yes, it's natural sugar, it's still sugar. You have to be careful. And you have to do not eat your fruit first. Do not eat your carbs first. Eat those last. Okay? Take that advice from me. And also make sure you be your own doctor. Be your own trial and error. Be your own guinea pig. Don't be listening to these doctors tell you one thing and then you go with it. Keep finding out. Keep pushing. Keep doing your research. Because only you can do it. They ain't going to do it for you. As you see, I went through a lot of stuff and I couldn't get no help. I had to do it for myself and with the grace of the Lord. So I don't really know y'all like that, but I want to get to know y'all. I want to build a community. I want to start doing YouTube videos. I got so much to talk about. And I just want to say, I know you don't know me. I know I don't know you, but I do love you. I got love and kindness in my heart. And whatever you going through, you going to get through it. Give it all to God. You going to get through it. This was your sign to watch this video. You going to get through it. Drop a like. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're going through. Leave a comment right now. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know what you're going through. I want to hear it. Let me know how you feel about this video. Let me know if this video helped you. And subscribe. Check in. Let's do it. Let's get better. Let's grow.